Okay, hello everyone. I am back with more story time, Disney, of course. And so I wanted to do kind of a walk back of some of the character locations that I worked while I was at Epcot Center, and then we'll move on to the Magic Kingdom. And, just kind of to give you some context of, my time, in those departments was I would say roughly like um, 5 to 7 years, I guess, because there was a time before that I worked for a very short window in the front desk of the Wilderness Lodge, and then prior to that I was at Disney MGM Studios, which is the studios now. They've changed the name of it and all that. It's changed a lot. Like it's that big Star Wars park and all that, spectacularness. But back then, that's why I originally started in attractions, which is like being a tour guide. And I did that for 3 years before moving on to, expand myself within the company. Um, so what you're going to be looking at now is kind of a walk back. So you'll see the resorts and some of the, deliciousness that I was present for as characters like Pluto and Eeyore. We'll just say I was with them. We won't say anything else other than since it's character entertainment. So let's go ahead and do that right now. This was Disney's Old Key West Resort where I did a pool breakfast with Eeyore. It's kind of a small restaurant, but the food was really, really good, as you can see. Governor's Resort. This was a Mickey, Goofy, Pluto resort. That's Disney's Hilton Head. Same characters and delicious breakfast. Disney's Hilton Resort. Look at Minnie Mouse. Looks so cute. This is at Wilderness Lodge, the Roaring Fork. This was a pool breakfast. I was always with Eeyore, and the food was always so, so tasty. This is Chef Mickey's. We have breakfast and dinner with I did both Pooh and I think Mickey characters in there. This one is in the park. That is the Liberty Tree dinner with the Mickey characters, Chip and Dale, Pluto, Mickey, Minnie. And there you have it. And this is not all of what I did. This is just to give you an idea. Okay, so now you have an idea of, some of the work locations that's where I worked prior to my boss getting really upset with me for coming out as we'll say princess. We won't say transgender, but princess. Let's leave it at that. Um, and so she restricted me with the bathroom, saying we're not going to accommodate you with a bathroom. So none of those locations I was no longer able to work at, meaning that I couldn't, they wouldn't provide me with a bathroom. So even though I'd been using the restrooms in all those locations, in the girls and everything, now that it's official with a doctor's note, then all of a sudden she just really stuck her claws in. And it just, for me, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. I couldn't make sense of it after being with the company that long, literally, 9 to 10 years, and all of a sudden she had an issue with it. Um, so the only thing I could come up with is that, bullying, jealousy, it wasn't work related because I worked in too many different departments and I was known all over the place because I was working everywhere. Downtown Disney, which is, the village, what the old village was what they call now oh, it's got a new name now, but you guys would have known like the Harrington Bay Clothers, the Creamery, the Legoland, all of that area over there. I did a lot of overtime in those merchandising areas. Um, Downtown Disney is still there. I think they changed the name of it as well. But that was where your Planet Hollywood used to be. The building is still there. I think it's a new business inside, um, where the movie theater is down over there. So all along that back area, there was lots of shops, carts with merchandising on it. And I used to be right over there picking up overtime at night till 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning for, till the, place closed. I think it used to close about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I go home, sleep a couple hours, get up at 5 something in the morning, and be back at work for those breakfasts you just saw at 6 something in the morning, jumping and spinning around with the characters. So that was my routine, and that's what kept my home, my mortgage, kept my car, kept a roof over my head, kept my animals fed, and all my friends were there. So when she got herself involved in my personal business, which had nothing to do with work, um, taking all those shifts away made it really impossible for me to pay my bills. And I was working overtime in the parks as well, in Liberty Square, where the Christmas shops and stuff is. I worked in all of those places. I knew all those ladies that worked in there. I worked on Main Street at the clothing store over there. When you first come in on the left-hand side over there, that Main Street store, I worked all over. That was my overtime, on top of working in character entertainment. I was food and beverage trained as well, so sometimes I worked out on the popcorn carts and things like that of that nature. Not often with them, but I did do it. And so there you have it. I mean, she literally demoted me down to one location in the park. It's Tweedledum, not Tweedledee. And it made it very difficult because kids hated that character. So you can imagine getting punched, getting hit, getting kicked, getting, you know, just kids angry at you. As soon as they see you, they don't want to even take a picture with you. They throw an autograph book and hit you upside the head with it. And that's basically was my experience. And it was very, like, the hottest part of the summer in July through September. It's just miserable hot. And then having to walk long distances underneath the tunnel to literally from um, to Space Mountain to use a bathroom. So you imagine walking from Tomorrowland to Space Mountain underground in 20 minutes. Like, you got 20 minutes to use the bathroom, change your clothes, and get back to set. And so 10 minutes down there, literally trying to walk that far in some creepy old dark scary area down there, which I wasn't familiar with because I never worked over there, to get back. It was just making the job even harder, and I think that was intentional because there's thousands of bathrooms underneath the tunnel. There's bathrooms in every crevice and corner. So that was her way of punching back at me to, like, stick her knife in even more. And even though she left long before I left, she got transferred to Epcot Center, my boss, and then she was given her walk-in papers. And this is back when Michael Eisner was still the CEO of everything. He pretty